Andile, I have muted the students again just because we are going live on YouTube now. So at 9 o'clock, you can start the lesson.
Can I start now?
At 9 o'clock.
In 1.5 minutes left. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. The time is now 9 o'clock. We can start with the lesson. Okay, today I'll be teaching you mathematical literacy, grade 11. My name is Andy Lezondi. You can get hold of me on Twitter at Andile_Zondi1. Okay. Obviously, today's lesson is a continuation of yesterday's lesson, but today we're looking at a different aspect of finance. We're looking at finance. We'll be looking at the following different types of accounts. Okay, I know that most of you have accounts now. Obviously, you need to understand what type of account you have, what are the advantages and disadvantages of your account. But today, there'll be a number of notes. I won't cover all notes. I'll do half today and half tomorrow, so that there'll be enough time for calculations at the end. At the end of this lesson, you must know the following. You should know different types of accounts, namely, you should know savings account, right? You should know check account. You should know a fixed deposit account, a credit account, obviously with a credit card, and a debit account with a debit card. You should also know how to calculate bank charges or bank fees for different accounts, for these accounts. If you're given a formula, if you're given a table as well, if you're given a formula, a table, or a graph. So today we'll look at those three, how to determine bank charges using these three: formula, a table, and a graph. Okay, let's first look at the different types of accounts. Okay, the first account that you are looking at here is savings account. Okay, I'll basically read and explain. Okay, this is a bank account that earns interest. That's why it's savings. Okay, you can use a savings account for short-term savings. So a savings account is for short-term savings. We're talking about weeks, we're talking about months, we're not talking about years. Okay, and a check account. This is a bank account that is used to deposit and withdraw money by using the bank branch, using an ATM, internet banking, or a checkbook. Right? So a check account gives you more options, but mainly this one is actually seen with a checkbook. You cannot have a savings account and have a checkbook. You only use checkbook for check accounts. Check accounts also have things like overdraft and the like. Okay, these are usually available to people who earn a regular income. These are check accounts. Okay, fixed deposit account. This account is aimed at those who have a lump sum, they want to invest over a fixed period of time. So if you have a lot of money, maybe 1,000, and want to invest that over a period of time, you'll use a fixed deposit account. Why? Because it earns more interest, right? Compared to a savings account. A fixed deposit account usually earns more interest. Fixed deposits, sometimes the term starts from 6 months and above. Here I'll talk about years. Sorry about that. Years and so on. So if you're fixing your money for a long period of time, you'll be using a fixed deposit account. Obviously, as I've said, this earns you more money, more interest. Okay, now credit account with a credit card, an account either with a store or a bank that allows the account holder to purchase items now and pay them later. So check credit account, you basically use the bank's money to purchase goods and you pay later. And then debit account with a debit card. Debit cards can be used to pay for purchases. When you swipe, money is deducted from your account. Credit is not available in this account. So that means if you're using a debit account, if you no longer have money in your account, then you cannot do any purchases, unlike a credit card. Okay, let's move on. Okay, these are the key words, key terms that you need to understand during this lesson. Okay, I'm sure most of you know this, but you need to basically revise some of them. Remember, last time you looked at financial documents. I'm sure you looked at bank statements. So some of these terms will be familiar to most of the learners. Okay, keywords. Account holder, a person whose name the account is in, right? So this is simple. Opening and closing balance, the amount of money in the account at the beginning or at opening and at the end of the period, and closing balance. Right? The amount of money in your account at the beginning and the end, those are your opening and your closing balance. A transaction, an event where money moves into or out of an account. That is a transaction. So if you are making a payment with your card or your account, that's a transaction. If you are withdrawing money, if you are transferring money, that is a transaction. Bank fee or transaction fee, these bank charge, or transaction fee, these words mean the same thing, right? Bank charge, or transaction fee and a charge is obviously the same thing. An amount of money you pay for moving money in or out of the account. Okay, this is where the banks make money. Whenever you make transactions, they charge you for that. Even if you deposit your own money, they'll be charging you money for depositing your own money into the bank. Okay, a debit transaction, amount of money paid out of the account. So if the money moves out of the account, that should be a debit transaction. A credit transaction, amount of money deposited into the account. So if the money moves into the account, that will be a credit transaction. Okay, now these ones are key. These words are key because learners used to usually mistake these two terms. So you need to understand what they mean. Okay, a stop order. This is an arrangement whereby the account holder gives the bank an instruction to make future dated repeated payments on their behalf. Let's say you want to put aside money every month. You tell your bank to make a deduction from your account into your savings account. That will be a stop order, right? A debit order similar, it is also an agreement whereby you give permission to a third party. A third party could be a company, any company, could be another bank. So this could be a company, right? Okay, this could be a bank, another bank. Okay. Another bank. Any other person, basically, third party. You give them the right to withdraw money from your account on a regular basis. Let's say if you have a cell phone contract, you go to a cell phone contract provider or cell phone provider, and then you tell them to deduct your monthly payments from your account. So that will be your debit order. Okay, ATM. Okay, you need to know what ATM stands for. This is very important. Abbreviations for ATM stands for automated teller machine. Right? So automatic. What a teller would actually do, you want money, they give you money. That's the machine. So a machine which allows customers to make transactions. Nowadays, you can deposit, you can withdraw, you can do anything on almost anything on your ATM, in the ATM machine. Electronic transfer is the transfer of money from one bank to another bank or another person using an electronic device. You can use a cell phone, you can use a computer, you can use a laptop, you can use a tablet to make these transactions. You're basically transferring amounts using electronic devices. This is called an electronic transfer. Okay, this is easy, but you need to go through it. Payment, amount paid from the account. Okay, so if there's a payment, that means money moved out of your account. Okay, interest, this is money. Interest, remember, money, interest is money, whereas interest rate is percentage. Money paid regularly at a particular rate for the use or loan of money. Right? So if you are investing, let's say investing your money using a fixed deposit, you basically be earning interest at a rate Hi, learners. There was a communication breakdown there, but I am back. Apologies for that. Okay, so let's continue with our lesson. As I've said, we are looking at Mathlit today. Okay, I don't have much time, but I'll try to move as quickly as possible. Okay, I think we were still discussing the terms. Let me try to go back. I think I was discussing these terms. Okay. Okay, I've spoken about stop order. Basically, an agreement whereby you give the bank instruction to make future dated repeated payments on your behalf. I've explained this. If you did not hear, basically a stop order, this is an agreement between you and the bank. You tell the bank to take a certain amount of money from your account and put it into a different account. A debit order, this is an agreement between you and the third party. It could be another company, another bank, another person, telling them they can withdraw money from your account. That will be a debit order. An ATM obviously is an automated teller machine, a machine which allows customers to make transactions. You can make deposits, you can make withdrawals, you can check bank statements and so on. Nowadays using an ATM. An electronic transfer, this is basically it's a transfer of money from one bank to another, or one bank to another person or another company using an electronic device. This could be a cell phone, this could be a laptop, this could be a tablet, and so on. Okay, next slide. Okay, let's move on. Okay, payments. Payment amount paid from the account, this is the payment. Interest, this is money earned, right? Or money paid regularly at a particular rate for a use or loan of money, that is interest. Branch, here we're talking about a bank, basically. Another word that we use for branch will be over the counter. An overdraft, this is an arrangement with the bank that allows you to withdraw more money than there is in your account. So if you have 1,000, you can withdraw more than 1,000 if you have an overdraft facility. This one applies to check accounts. Deposits, money payment made into a bank account. Withdrawal, money taken out of the bank account. Okay, I think we're on par with everyone. Okay, here's an example. Okay, remember, we are looking at bank charges for this lesson. We'll be looking at 3 ways of calculating bank charges. The first one is using a formula. Here's an example. Dave withdraws 550, right, from bank A and deposits the same amount at bank B. So this is supposed to be from. I'm given a table. This table shows me withdrawal fees for withdrawing at the ATM for bank A, and it also shows me transaction fees for depositing at bank B. So Dave withdrew at bank A and deposited at bank B. Okay. Okay, here's a formula that we'll be using to calculate how much money he'll be charged for withdrawing 550 from bank A. So in this case, we need to look at bank A, right? Because the question says use the table above to calculate the transaction fees or fee payable for bank A. So it's bank A, we're looking at this information here. Okay, so at bank A, the formula will be 4 Rand, which is a fixed amount, plus 1.2% of the value, right? So what is the value of the amount of money withdrawn? The value will be 550. So what you need to do, you need to substitute 550 into the formula, right? And then you get your answer. Here's what I've done. I've rewritten the formula. 4 rand plus 1.2% of the value. Okay, 4 rand, bring down a 4. 1.2% is 1.2 divided by 100 times the value, which is 550. So if I'm simplifying that, I'll get 6 rand 60, right? So 1.2 over 100 times 550 plus 4 rands, total amount will be 10 rand 60. So for withdrawing 550, Dave paid 10 rand 60 using this formula here. Now let's look at how much money he'll pay for deposits, right? For deposits, he's depositing the amount of money at bank B, right? Remember, he's depositing this amount of money. A charge is paid, usually paid month end, and it is charged on. Now let's look at how much money he will pay if he deposits 550 at bank B. The formula here is 11 rand 50, which is a fixed amount, plus 2 rand or 2 rands for every 100 rand, right? So part thereof. In other words, for every 100 rand or 100 rands deposited. Okay. But the keyword here is part thereof. So we need to look at how much money he'll be charged. Okay, so you need to determine how many 100 rands, because he's paying 2 rand for every 100 rand. How many 100 rands are there in 5 rand? Okay, there's a question raised. Let's see, a host, if you are available, please unmute Elena, who's raised their hand. I've forgotten her name. Hi. Hello. Hi. You can talk. Hello. Okay, let me carry on. Maybe the hand was raised by mistake. Let me carry on. Okay, so for deposits, this is the formula I'll be using, right? So we know that they will first pay, or the account holder of bank B will first pay 11 rand 50 plus 2 rand for every 100 rand. All right. How many 100 rands are there in 550? Obviously, there are 500 rands, and then there's a 50 rand left, which is a remainder. But here they say or part thereof. Even if there's a part of 100 rand, 50 rand is part of 100 rand. This person will still pay 2 rands. So in other words, in 550, there's 500. It's 100. Okay, there's 200. Let me try to be as quick as possible. There's 3. There's 4. And there's 500 in, right? And there's 50 rands. So 550 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 500 rands, right? And a 50 rand, right? So this person will pay 2 rands for the first 100, 2 rand for the second 100, 2 rand for the third 100 deposited, 2 rand for the fourth 100, and 2 rand for the fifth 100. But because they said part thereof, that means 50 rand, which is part of 100 rand, will also be charged the same, right? So this person will pay 11 rand 50 plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 plus 12 rand, right? So my calculations would be as following. Okay, first jot down the formula as is, then I simplify it. So 11 rand 50 plus 2 rand Then I need to know how many 100 rands go into 550. So I say 550 divided by 100, and I get 5.5, right? But the 0.5, I'll charge it as a whole, as you saw in this case. The 50 rand will be charged as a whole, which is will be charged as if it is 100 rand because of this statement here, which says part thereof. So I'll run up 5.5 to 6, and then I'll have 11 rand 50 plus 2 rand, there's the 2 rand, times 6, 12 rands. So 11 rand 50 plus 12 rands, it will be 23 rand 50. So basically 11 rand 50 plus this 12 rand, because they are 6 2 rands. Okay. Minhle, hi Minhle. Host, please unmute Minhle. Hi Minhle.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Sir, I wanted to ask, can you also say 5 rand 50?
5 rand 50.
Yeah, on
No,
the answer.
unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, you
Yes.
can't say 5 rand 50 because of this statement. This statement says part thereof. So, we're looking at. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So a part 50 will be charged as a whole because of this statement which says part thereof. You understand?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. Lovely question. Thank you. So let's carry on. Hopefully you guys understand this because this is basic, right? Now let's carry on. Okay, now I want us to use graphs. How to use graphs to determine bank charges, right? Okay, usually a graph is determined from values or coordinates, and coordinates are usually obtained by substituting values into a formula. So given such a formula, right, we are calculating deposits made over the counter. So your bank fee will be 50 rands. Notice it's a lot of money because if you are making deposits inside the bank or over the counter, you pay a lot of money. So 50 rands plus 100 rand for every plus 10 rand rather for every 100 rand deposited. Here, minimum fee is 50 rands because that is a fixed charge, right? So I'll use this to obtain values for the table. So if I were to deposit 0 rands, I'll pay 50 rands. Why? Because 50 plus 10 times 0 will give me 50 rands because 50 rands is a fixed amount. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Okay, if I were to deposit 100 rands, be my fees. So it will be 50 rands plus 10 rands for every 100, right? Because I deposited 100, so I'll say times 1, right? And then I'll get 60. So 50 plus 10 is 60. So it's 60 rands for depositing 100 rand. Now, if it's to deposit 200 rands, okay, I'll say my formula is 50 rands, my fixed amount is 50 rands, plus 10 rand for every 100. If I'm depositing 200 rands, they're obviously 200 rands, so times 2. Okay, another way of obtaining these values here will be to say 100 rands from your formula divided by 100 because I'm depositing 100, right? And you'll get 1. There's the one. If you're depositing 200 rands, how do you get this 2? You say 200 rands deposit divided by 100 because it's per 100, right? So yeah, 200 rands and 200, so you'll be paying 10 times 2, which is 20 rands, plus 50, which is a fixed amount, and then there's your fee, right? And so on and so on. So how do you use this table to determine a graph? Okay, this is how you do it. Okay, obviously you'll be given axis, right? Or graph paper. Right? Now, Lenas, tell me which variable between these two will go on your x-axis, right? Which variable between amount deposited or deposit fee will go on your x-axis, right? Okay, if you said amount deposited, correct. Amount deposited. Why is that the case? Why is the amount deposited going on your x-axis? It's because fee is dependent on the amount deposited. So this is your independent variable. This figure we obtained it from the amount. So this will be your dependent variable. So the fee is your dependent variable, right? So that's how it goes. So amount, independent variable, x-axis, dependent variable, y-axis, right? How would you draw your graph? Okay, in an exam, they'll give you the following. They'll give you figures, phase amounts. Let's say we're using 100 intervals or 200 and 300 and so forth and so forth. Just doing a rough here, right? Obviously, maybe up to 500. And then with your fees, I can see start at 50, it goes up to 90. Okay, when you draw your graph, don't start at 50, start at 0, right? And then maybe it starts at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. Okay. So this is 100. Right. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So this is 50. Okay. Okay, now how would you draw a graph? Okay, obviously for 0, this will be a first point, right? Coordinates is 0, 0, right? Then for 60, for the next coordinate, it's 60. 60 is your fee, so 60 is there, and your amount is 100 there. So where those two meet, plot coordinate there, point. And then for 200 rands, you'd be charged 70 rands. So for 200, okay, obviously my graph won't be that accurate. So there it is. There's my 70. There's my 200. For 300, you go up, right? 300, as you can see, it's 80. So 200, roughly maybe around there, and 80, right? And so forth and so forth. Now notice your graph must be straight. It must be linear. It must. Right? So in an exam, they can give you a graph like this, and then they can say, if Sandile deposits 200 rands, how much will he pay? So from 200 rand, you go up to your graph, right? And you go across. He'll pay 70 rands, right? If Tom deposited, if Tom was charged 80 rands, how much money did he deposit? From 80 rands, you'll go across and you go down. Okay. So that's how you use graphs, right? And I don't have much time. It's my fault, right? I was disconnected for about 5 to 10 minutes, but let's carry on. Okay, I don't know if I have enough time to complete this example here, but this is where graphs come, where tables come in. Remember, right? Okay, my internet connection. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me, right? Okay, let me Okay, let us analyze this, and then tomorrow we'll start from this slide. Okay, here bank fees. Bank charge fees for the service they provide, right? Here, this is the table which they use to calculate bank charges, right? On the left column, you have transaction, and then on your right, you have fees, right? Here, the first one says monthly fee, right? That means each and every month, whether you like it or not, you are paying these amounts, right? The first amount that you are paying, in this case, it is 5 rands, and it is for maintenance. And then a further 15 rands you'll be paying for service fee, right? Banking subscription fees, right? Okay. And then for deposits, if you are depositing cash, right, over the counter, that means, or okay, over the counter or at the ATM, you will be charged 5 rands, right? If you're depositing a check over the counter inside the bank or at the ATM, it is for free, right? Now, for cash withdrawals over the counter inside the bank, if you're withdrawing inside the bank, it's always more expensive, 10 rand. If you're withdrawing at an ATM, right, this is a Egoli, which means this person banks at Egoli Bank, they'll be paying 5 rands. Okay, if they are withdrawing at another, remember here, you are able to withdraw money at another bank's ATM. So this person will be charged 7 rand. You always get charged more money for withdrawing money at a different bank's ATM. Okay, till point, this is at your cashier. If you're at a supermarket, you can withdraw cash, right? If you're only withdrawing cash, you are paying 1 rand. If you are making purchases while you are withdrawing, you'll be paying 2 rands, right? Okay, why am I doing this, learners? It's very, very important to understand the information given before you tackle the questions. Remember, I said we are tackling the questions tomorrow, but for now, we're just analyzing this table here. Now, for account payments and purchases, right? For electronic transfer between accounts, right? Let's say you have different accounts within the same bank, you'd be paying nothing, 0 rands. If you are doing electronic transfer payments, paying someone else using your phone or your device, you're not paying anything. A stop order, remember we spoke about stop orders. You need to understand what the stop order is. Here you are paying 5 rand for every stop order. And a debit order internal, that means inside the bank, right? This is 250. External, that means the amount of money is paid to an external source, external individual, company, and so on. 5 rands per debit order. And then lastly, balance inquiries. If you want to know how much money you need to pay, you have in your account, your balance. If you go inside the bank over the counter, they say first free per month, then 100, then 10 rand rather. Right? So every time you ask them inside the bank, they'll charge you 10 rand, but the first one is free. And then at the Egoli Bank ATM, here the first one is free, right? If you are basically want to know how much you have in the account using the ATM, fee the first one is free for the month, and then you'll be paying 1 rand thereafter. Okay, 2 more before I let you be. Okay, another bank's ATM, right? Using it, maybe you're FNB, you're using ABSA or any other bank to check your inquiries. You're paying 2 rands. For self-service banking, right? All this is free, right? Okay, now learners, unfortunately, I'm out of time. I don't think I'll be allowed extra time, even though I was disconnected for a while there. But I want you guys to, the rest we'll do tomorrow. I want you guys to remember the following, right? The concept of value off, right? 1.2% off, and then part the off. You need to remember this, right? Very, very important when you're doing your calculations. Okay, and I need to define these terms. Learners always confuse these words, right? The first one is debit order, and the other one is stop order. So for homework, please define this for me: debit order and stop order. And lastly, right, those who are on YouTube, you can actually connect with us using this Zoom link, right? So that you'll be able to ask questions, raise your hands, and so on, using the platform that I'm using. But for other resources, please visit the basic education website, education.org.za, for more resources. Right. Okay, for tomorrow's lesson, I'll complete today's work. Then I'll look at more calculations and advantages and disadvantages of different bank accounts. Okay, this is all for today, right? Okay, for more information, you can visit the website info@africateamgigs.co.za, or on social media, YouTube and Facebook, Team Africa, Team Gigs, right? Twitter, you can use these hashtags. Okay, there's a question raised. Right? I don't know if my host will allow me because I don't have much time, right? Host, if you are able to, please allow Elena to. Didn't even see the name. Hi.
Sir,
Yes.
are we doing this according to the textbook as well?
Yes, we are basically following the CAPS curriculum. So everything that I'm teaching you here is in line with Term 2's ATP and the CAPS document.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. So for this term, if you did not cover this last term, you'll be doing this work, Term 2. Okay. Thank you for your question. Okay, Learners, catch me again tomorrow. Same place, same time.